Hello, Twitch. Welcome in, everyone. Glad to see everyone in here bright and early. Thank you for that resub, Lexi. Hey, Bun Buns, Chili Music, Maz. Hello, hello, hello. We are doing an elegant dinner with a not so elegant cut of beef. So we're doing steak au poivre, which is a cream and pepper sauce over our steak. But I'm doing it with what is this? Sirloin steak. So, not the best cut of beef for steak. But we'll start off with coffee as usual. See how much closer we can get here. See the whole party. We got peppers. I got peppercorns just for tonight's dinner, so we get those tricolor peppercorns going on. Get the peppercorn medley. This is about as basic as it gets for a coffee maker. This is a Hario drip coffee. And it's not even a glass one. I mean, Hario, I think it translates to King of Glass. And they do make glass. They do make glass pour over funnels. But the plastic ones are cheaper and more durable. I don't break them once every month or so. And then I recently got myself, my new toy here is the kettle, actually. Which I used to have. I've had a kettle, but it was a big clunky old thing. This one has a 1/10 of degree accurate thermometer in it, and will preheat, will hold its temperature, will heat to a specific temperature. It's a cool little toy. And I have to toss, I wasn't thinking, should have tossed all of this coffee in there. But Bun Buns, I love my new toy working with, precision temperature water. But you really don't need to worry about the temperature of the water when you're making your coffee. I mean, just use tap water. Just pour it right through. Just, don't have to heat it at all. We'll keep our timer going, but give this a nice swirl. Make sure we got all of those grinds still working. Yeah, like I was, I mean, you don't need to pop. So if you want an actual honest answer there, it's because it's the best to extract the caffeine and other chemicals out of this fermented and roasted bean. That gives us that magical elixir known as coffee. new bottle, half and half. Hello, Igor. Welcome, welcome. How goes your evening? I am just getting started with tonight's stream, making myself a little coffee here before I decide to move on from. To be honest, I don't know the country of origin on this one. It's organic, so it's probably Mexican. There's not... I mean, organic is growing pretty quickly. But it's more that it's locally roasted from a local roaster that I pick it up. I much prefer having my coffee beans freshly roasted. I'm not going to roast them myself because I don't want to pay for the equipment to do it myself. And I don't really want to get that much into it. But freshly roasted to me matters a little bit more than country of origin, as long as you're doing some decent coffee. Cheers, everyone. Happy Sunday. Let's see what this message is. Oh, that's nothing. I've had my fair share of coffee. There's some beautiful ones and some not so beautiful ones. You can have them with all sorts of floral and grassy notes, and then you have, you know, the American over roasted burnt coffee. So let's see here. Let's get our steaks out. Let's get our steaks marinating, because that's the only way they're going to be halfway tolerable tonight. Again, this says Swiss sirloin steaks, but that's looking like one big hunk. I don't know if this is halved, and I don't think it's halved either. But there's our steak for tonight. Depends on the casing and the sausage and what you're using it for. I mean, your common hot dog these days doesn't even have a casing on it. The acid ones, yep, nice and bright acidic ones. I tend to go towards the lighter coffees myself. I tend to like them, both of these brands. This is not my normal brand back here I've hidden here. I've got a different brand of coffee just because I wasn't picking. But hey, Sonoma Roast from Taylor Lane in Sonoma. But let's see, where's this one? They are not stating. But this is a decent one. This is a little bit, this is more medium roast. This one here is sort of like, and their lighter roast that I didn't pick up is like drinking Wheaties in a cup. Well, again, I tend towards the what sausage and what you're putting, because if it's like bulk Italian sausage, I'm for it being like bulk without the casing for like Italian sausage on a pie. But at the same time, I love cup pepperoni, and you're not going to get cup pepperoni, those cup and char pepperonis without the skin on them. I'm not a huge fan of skins on, or casings on Italian sausage, but I leave them on when I'm using it as sausage. But like I said, a lot of them don't even have casings anymore now that we have plastic casings, where the vast majority of your hot dogs do have casings at one point, but they're removed from the casings before they sell them to you. Okay, crab trap. Let's put this into a different bag. Go from one bag to another. Actually, no, we're going to clean this up a little bit. Pull out our strawberry board here. Rinse out the bag here so we don't get the bugs interested in it. This is something that I think the butcher, again, should have taken off here. I think this is about the last time I'm going to use this same butcher, regardless of the fact that it means it changes who my meat sources are. I went to the same butcher for both the pig and the beef, but they came from different farms. That's all silver skin. I mean, if you see there, that's all silver skin there. That's all going to be horrible to chew on. We actually have the bone on it on this side here, too. I think I'm going to leave it right there, though. Might give it a couple of whacks with my tenderizing brass knuckles. Okay. Now that we've done that little bit of butchery, put this in the bag. Remove the bag from the contamination area. Get rid of the contamination area. Battle already. Battle. Entropy getting those kills. The Crab Trap getting the gold. Yeah, but it awarded it to you, so I'm saying you. I actually think I was robbed of one. I think that should have been mine. I'm gonna put my monk out here. And hope you guys put some heavier duty armor to go along with him. Trying to level up some of my lower level guys now. Trying to go for that 10 over level 20 now, as far as quests. Oh, there's another quest I got right now, too. I gotta do battle plans. So, I mean, there you guys go. There's my battle plan. Let's go back to that. Rinse off the board. Get rid of all that raw meat juice. I just don't think Entropy wants the credit of being such a pioneer in the Stream Reader's world and how powerful an army he has. He's a very modest individual. Oh, come on. Don't need that anymore anyways. New batch of garlic powder. And onion powder with that too. Okay. First we're going to let this sit out and come to room temp, hanging out like that with all that lovely seasoning and spice in there. And a bunch of acid. Help break that meat down a little bit more, make it hopefully just that little bit more tender once we get around to cooking that. What is next on our list here? I believe next is our bread. Nope, we don't need the muffins anymore. Or the Dr. Pepper stuff. Let's see here. Start by warming up a little milk here. New bottle of this milk too. Gotta mix that cream top in. So we're warming that up to yeast-friendly temperatures. While that's working, we can get our roux started, because we're going to need a roux started for our potatoes, dauphinoise. Okay, we're up around proper temp here now for that. I'm going to pour that back into here. A little over 100 degrees there. Want to be over 100. Below, I believe, 140. Got this pan over here heating without anything in it. That ain't good for it. Turn turn the fan on, close my bedroom door so we don't set off a smoke alarm. We'll pinch of flour in there with the yeast. You add a bunch of cream and spinach to it. Okay, that's getting too hot. Turn that down a bit. You add cream and spinach to your cream spinach. And I forgot I'm actually making this for two. The heck is that? Whatever it is, it ain't in there anymore. You can see the little clumps of fat in there from what I was saying before. There's the cream top on this milk that they do to help keep it a little bit fresher in the glass bottles. There's another piece that looks like pepper to me. Yep. But to this, we're also going to add some garlic and onion powder and cayenne powder. And this is going to be both for dauphinoise and for spinach. Let that come up to a boil. Ooh, hey, our yeast is happy. It's the old one. Why is the old one over here? It should be over here. Where did you go, my honey? This honey. That should make the yeast real happy. this is my small batch of dinner rolls, if you guys haven't caught on to that. I don't know if I've been speaking this through or not. Sort of a little bit of my own world tonight. We've got warmed up milk with yeast, a bit of honey hanging out over here. We've got a cup and a half of AP flour. This can be bread flour, but I want to keep them a little bit lighter. So, staying with AP flour instead of bread flour. And then back here, I know I've talked this through. This is just a seasoned bechamel that we're going to be using for the spinach and the potatoes. There's going to be some cream added into this, and should probably throw a little nutmeg in there too, but we'll hold off on that. Salt into the flour. You're doing your breads, you always want to keep your salts and your yeast separate. You want to add the salt, but you don't want to let it rest right next to the yeast because it's going to kill the yeast if they're in direct contact. So we'll add our honey, our yeast, and dairy into our flour, making sure to get all that yumminess down at the bottom of the glass. Want all of those yeasts. All of that yeast, all of those yeasts. Oopsies. This is one of those softer doughs. It's probably going to be easier to make in a stand mixer than here. We're going to keep it as a relatively wet dough. It's not really sticking too much here, but I'm already playing games to keep it from sticking to my hand. It must affect the way some doughs turn out. I mean, you sort of knead things differently depending on if you're worried about them actually sticking to your hand, sort of a thing. Turn the heat off on that, obviously. Hey, Paka! How is life for you? Welcome in. We're working on doing little bread rolls or dinner rolls. We got some bechamel that I seasoned on the stove here that isn't quite as thick as I want, but still needs to cook a little bit more. I can still smell the flour in there actually from the roux. And we'll just keep kneading our dinner rolls for the moment. Need to make sure these are nice, soft, elastic, well developed. I have a big, it's not the best cut of steak. We're taking a beautiful method of making a steak and using a sirloin steak I've bought a quarter steer earlier this year, and so we got all sorts of beef in this house. And so I'm trying to take a less loved, a little bit more rough cut and give it some real good love. And so I've got that. Typically, steak au poivre, you're not marinating the steak ahead of time. Because it's this cut of meat, I'm adding a bunch of acid in there and some seasoning to let it hang out for a little bit. I'm then going to dry that off as much as possible before I sear it, and we'll make a pan sauce after that. We got potatoes to make, we got creamed spinach to make, and the rolls that I'm working on. Oh, and I got this bottle of wine in front of me too. Might have to do something with that too. But right now I'm sucking down some coffee. Waiting until we got another Stream Raiders battle here in 5 minutes. And trying to keep chatting a little bit. I'm not Mr. Chatterhead. Thank you. Glad to have you. This is taking a little bit longer than expected, but it's starting to come back together. Oh, that's right. I thought we're not going to do that. I was thinking of messing with this recipe and adding a chemical leavener to it to see if it would help aid the initial proofing. But I'm going to skip that. Getting there, I swear. He'll eventually not need needing. He'll eventually stop being needy. Last chance, get units on the battlefield. Bad puns and dad jokes are welcome here. Entropy just walking away with it this time. Looks like we got it though. Nice win. I got a quest done too. Yay. Entropy and Pinto getting the rewards. 25 gold. Nice pickup. Let's go get my quest. On to the next level here. I'm gonna do an archer. See what happens here in 30 minutes. No, not anymore. I did at one point in life. I gave that up, I think, in college. Got into working into restaurants regular full-time and no time for video games anymore. And I haven't really found any now that I'm a little more free with my time. I haven't found any that I'm hugely in love with. I used to play, back when I was a kid, I used to play Tribes, which was, if you're not familiar with Tribes, it's sort of like, well, essentially Halo ripped off Tribes, but you could actually have a jetpack and ski in Tribes, whereas Halo, you don't have any of that fun. And what am I going to do with this while we're waiting on it? Let's give this a rinse out. Use the same bowl again without the flour. And the other game that I probably spent, I think I have over a year of my life in game in it, or something like that, is the original EverQuest. Before WoW, before any of that. Nowadays, I seem to do more watching of video games than I do playing them. I mean, I got a couple of games on my phone, sort of a thing that I toy around with, but nothing's really serious. I probably watch a heck of a lot more no-pixel GTA RP than I do any sort of gaming these days. Sort of a choose-your-own-adventure, like, soap opera from a viewer's sign. Especially someone that... I mean, I've never played GTA. So I don't know the backstory to GTA. I don't know any of that stuff. It doesn't really matter on that. But I just love the ability... You can... They sort of... They don't like chat hopping, but... I love the ability to be able to sit there and watch a situation and see it from multiple perspectives at the same time. Yeah, I had Myst as a kid too. I don't know how far I got into it, but I got frustrated at some point to the point that I thought that the game mechanic at that point I had bugged something out or something. I don't know. I could have just not realized what the question was. I was a lot younger then. So I'm going to throw a little plastic wrap over the top of this and allow this to perf. Doesn't have to be perfectly airtight, so I'm not going to worry about getting it perfect over there. And we'll allow that to rise for the next hour at least. Coffee. Alright, next steps. We need potatoes. We need to do cheese. We need to add some cream into this dish over here, and I think this needs to be thickened even more. I mean, it's not exactly thin, but we want it a little thicker than this for cream spinach and for potatoes. Okay, get the cream in there. I'm gonna add a little nutmeg. Since it's one of those sort of secret flavors that plays well, it's gonna work great both with the potatoes and with the spinach. Love that smell. Just, I think I've said this before. I almost love the smell of grating nutmeg more than I do the flavor of nutmeg in anything. That said, I like the flavor of nutmeg. But apparently, you're talking about Mist earlier. Isn't that on sale or free or something these days? I heard someone else talking about Mist recently too. Of course, at the time I was playing Myst, I was playing it like on a computer that could barely handle Myst, or at least as I would think of it today. Take about half of this, somewhere in that ballpark. Throw that into this loveliness here. Turn that heat off. And come back for cheese number 2. The real stuff. Okay, there we go. There's our cheese sauce for 2 of our dishes tonight. The rest of the cheese we need to put away for the moment. We can reuse this. Fill a pot with some water here for our potatoes. Just enough to cover them and keep them from oxidizing while peeling the other ones and chopping them. Anyone out there can tell me, do I still have Guide the Raid as one of my channel point redemptions? I don't think anyone's ever selected if I do. I don't think that I do at the same time, though. Because I'm thinking I'm going to stop raiding unless someone guides me. Maybe make that a sprinkle redemption. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't think that I had it there, but... I think I'm going to need one more potato. This is one of those dishes that you can do ahead of time, keep it around. Though it does take considerably more prep than your standard potato side dish. And again, a lot of potato dishes you can sort of keep around. But it's most certainly one of those dishes that you can prep ahead of time, have ready in the fridge, and just throw it in the oven when it's time to party. Potatoes dauphinoise, or pomme dauphinoise. Essentially scalloped potatoes. But a little different at the same time, too. Okay. Potatoes and water. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that, Paka. You know, if you want to do potatoes au gratin or potato dauphinoise, this next step that I'm doing right here, this slicing of the potatoes, completely unnecessary. You can just throw the cream, potatoes whole in a pan, and it's going to be just as tasty. It's going to be just as cook exactly the same time. Almost caught myself there. Still looking at my hand because I'm still not sure I didn't catch myself there. It was that close. I thought I caught my ring finger there. bit wide. If you guys don't want to cut them this way, you can always use a mandolin. Then I did a horrible job on that one. Wipe off the board a little bit here first. Welcome to Avocado. That is dinner for tonight. Working on making potatoes au gratin or pommes dauphinoise right now. We got our bread proof in here. We got bechamel back there that's seasoned for both the dauphinoise and for cream spinach later. And we got our steak sitting here in a decent amount of acid. And after having pounded it out a little bit, because I'm using a sirloin steak, which is a little bit tougher of a meat for making it and doing a classy presentation with a cheaper cut of meat. And then we do a lot of supermarket wine here on my stream, and so we got a Zinfandel from East Bay of San Francisco. So I'm just rinsing a little bit of the starch off of those potatoes and debating how I want to start here with layering this. I think give that a stir up first, but we have Gruyere and Parmesan, nutmeg, and all sorts of seasoning in there as well. But start with that. We'll start layering potatoes. I'm not going to be so pretty about here down here on the bottom, just making sure we get a complete layer. We'll worry about making things pretty when we get to the top. And this is more shredded Gruyere cheese. What Dr. Pepper? There ain't any Dr. Pepper tonight. That was Wednesday. No, nice. Get out of here, bug. Oh yeah, the Dr. Pepper, all of it was tasty. Wish the fruit salads gelled, but they didn't gel as much as I wanted. Like, they were sort of like half gelled. I followed the recipe, and the recipe was, I mean, the only difference was I was doing a different concentration of it. Or a different amount of it. Thank you for that follow, and avocado. I got some thicker ones here. Actually, we could have used that. Yeah, let's use that right here. And this is always a fine game here because a properly done gratin has just enough moisture, just enough liquid that the rest of it is gonna, you know, carry the rest. You want a nice dry final product, although you want it to be liquid in the center. Oh yeah, it looks like we're doing strawberry jam as Wednesday's ingredient challenge. For anyone new in here, on Wednesdays, I hold a weekly vote in Discord. People are welcome to make suggestions. The ones with the most votes in the suggestion channel go to the ingredient challenge vote. And this week we had, or we still have until tomorrow, but it's already decided it's going to be strawberry jam. Strawberry jam has absolutely decimated the competition, of which I'm not even remembering at the moment. What is our competition in Discord right now? There we go. Absolutely destroying olive oil. Strawberry jam 8-1. So unless we get, 9 voters out of nowhere here going for olive oil, Wednesday I'm going to have to make dinner and dessert, so sweet and savory dishes from strawberry jam. Good times. But last week is Dr. Pepper, and I've done all sorts of various ones over the... Well, it's over a year now, I think. Or close to it. Let's do our battle. Like half the army is like, okay, I just don't want to go that far. Victory. Entry getting those kills. The Navocado walking away with the reward. And I get some goodies too. Ooh, Musketeer Scrolls. Scrolls for a character that I absolutely don't need to level right now. Centurion. Okay, back to potatoes. See how we do with the battle in 30 minutes here. So the plan here is we're going to cook this all as one thing, but hopefully we'll be able to pull it out. Well, you guys have easier access to Google than I do. Why don't you look it up? You lovely folks out there. Crushed peppercorn and a cream sauce. Purposely trying to pull out some of the smaller pieces here, leave myself with some nicer large slices for the top. But anyways, I'm going to cook this all together, and then hopefully I'll be able to cut out a section and use that to build for our plate. So we're hoping to have a nice circle of au gratin potatoes to put my steak around, put my spinach around. Nope, not easier to grab over here. I was hopeful I could grab like individual pieces. Nope. Just gonna have to play games in the water. came off the bottom of the pan there. Sort of did a double layer there, so we're going to go a little heavier. We're also getting towards the top, so do a little bit more up here than I did below. Now we're worried about trying to keep things a little bit nicer, because we're getting towards the top here. Top slash running out of nice pieces of potato slash what have you. Thank you. So we'll call that the top. We got about a half potato left here that I didn't go through. Hit that with a pinch more salt on top. Black pepper. Let's go, grinder. Start working. Last of our sauce for this dish. Rest of this is going to spinach. Start heating our oven here. What are you referring to, the crab trap? Oh. Yeah, pepper grinder. Yeah. That pepper grinder is, yeah. I've had it for quite a few years. It's never been a nice pepper grinder. I just also, because I have a pepper grinder, I've never gone to the extent of, oh, maybe I should replace that with something that works. Yeah, I sort of gave up on it too. Oswell's. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. So we'll let this set over here while the oven preheats. Clean up our cutting board. Check if it's maybe time to... I don't think those are proofed enough. They've been sitting in there for a while though. Probably. I refilled it not too long ago, though. Oh yeah, it's basically empty. Okay, time to clean up underneath the board. Yeesh. When this thing's sliding around, it's time to clean up underneath the board. But regardless, it's never really worked well. See if that improves. Probably will. Yep. That greatly improved things over there. Now we got actual pepper on that dish. We can get rid of the potato water. Okay. I'm ready to go back to bread. I think the bread still needs a minute though. I'm gonna go throw this on the stove back here. Hope it gets a little bit more heat back here. Because I mean, that's maybe 1.5 times what it was. Would you guys say that that's? Would you folks say that that's doubled? I don't think that's doubled yet. Coffee's done for. What all do we need for our other projects tonight? I know we got to clean spinach still. Oop. Need to add this for the is it all the way in the way back far corner? Of course it is. Gonna add a little bit of red wine vinegar. Ooh. That has seen better days. In fact, I'm going to toss that out. doesn't look like that. It looks like I just got a big clump of the mother. No, this is not the Poivre sauce. Poivre. This is bechamel for our cream spinach. Okay. Sorry for bumping the camera there. What else do we need for the Au Poivre sauce? Which I'm probably butchering. I appreciate that. Ugh. Okay, so we're gonna need onion. We're gonna need onion for both the spinach and the steak. My side is just cramping up on me. Not fun. Like every time I lean over to my side there, it's trying to cramp up the entire side of my body. And we're going to want it pretty finely diced tonight. I don't typically like dicing onion, but I'm going to dice some onion tonight, I think. Nope. I do a lot of slicing. I do a lot of... I just don't like... It's a pain in the butt. I'd much rather slice an onion. I'd much rather even slice an onion. I'll often, instead of dicing, I'll slice it into 4 this way and then slice it like a normal onion. But, which is somewhat close to that. I don't know why I'm cramping up all of a sudden. Don't ask me why my head's tilted to the side right now. I don't know. It's just how I do this. That's actually probably enough. You only need a little bit of this tonight. We need a little bit for the sauce. Is this a Christmas song? What is this? And it doesn't give me a description of what it is. Awesome. Awesome! That's probably good for our sauce. The rest of this we'll save for with the spinach. This can go in the fridge. Where's the lid for that, though? I'm missing a lid. Oh, it's over here, I think. Yep. Okay. I think we're going to deal with bread now. Even though this hasn't fully risen. How is this going to work? Is this going to work? Might be okay. Battle. We'll do a battle first. Victory. Dirty Poot Box getting those assists. The Navocado getting the reward, though. Loyalty Skin Chest. I'm gonna go back to doing my monk again. I'm loving up my monk and my Centurion. Okay, so we now got this nice ball of dough, and we're gonna quarter this. Then each of these we're going to roll in on top of each themselves. Try and pinch them together, essentially into central point where they're all together, and then roll them until that little spot disappears, essentially. See? We're almost there. I'll live with that. We're going to try and squeeze 4 of those in there. And turn that into one little thing of baked dinner rolls. Though I'm realizing now our dinner rolls are probably going to have to bake at a higher temp than our potatoes. Though, it's okay. Potatoes are going to take a minute to cook. We want to let them. We're going to be hanging out a little bit tonight, folks. This is going to be a little bit longer of a stream. We've already been hanging out 2 hours tonight. It's going to be probably close to a 4-hour night tonight. This one's not catching the board like the last one as well. I'm going to live with that because this one just doesn't want to catch. A little moisture helping it out a little bit. Might have to do it even more. You don't want to do too much because you don't want to really add moisture to the dough. You just want the dough ever so slightly to catch the board. So you're sort of constantly rolling it in and underneath. There we go. That's better. We'll wait and put both of these last 2 in there together. Keep getting little fragments of onion in with my dough here. Go. There we go. So, now we just let that sit in proof again. Let that sit out and hang out for another 45 minutes. I'm gonna, after that sits here another 40 minutes or so, I'm gonna egg wash it. We'll bake it. In the meantime, we're gonna get our potatoes in that oven and get them cooking. Because I'm pretty sure, without double checking this recipe, these potatoes, these rolls are gonna probably cook at 400. Let's see here. Yep, 400 degrees. Okay. So, and then throw a plastic wrap over the top of those too, so that trying not to restrict them, but and then I'm also going to throw that over here so they stay warm next to that oven. Spinach. Perhaps you remember me mistakenly purchasing this. If you don't, for some reason I thought spinach was basil and bought it. Oh, please don't tell me that's making noise. Okay. And for these, I'm going to keep the leaves, but I'm going to take the stems. So we're going to sit here for a minute, take the stems off of spinach. Because I don't want these stems in my, at least the stick out heavy part of the stem. Even though this is baby spinach. Oh, by the way, I should have fixed the Giphy and the chocolate versus bacon. The overlays should be working this evening. If anyone's interested in toying with those were not functioning the other night. And it's because I didn't get my overlays from my bot working on OBS. It seems to not always connect nicely. I'm probably going to have to sit there and baby that from now on if I want it to work. forgot to set a timer, so I set a 40-minute timer for our potatoes. These are even finer stems than I'm used to. I'm used to stems more like this boy. That's got a stem to it. That one's got a decent stem too. But a lot of these, even for baby spinach, again, pretty small stems. There's another honker. Any Formula One fans out there this evening? Anyone try to watch the race this morning? Or yesterday, depending on your time zone? Take that as a no. Well, I thought it was an interesting evening, even though it didn't result in a race. Gotta have some good feels for Williams and Russell getting a podium. Even though they did it on a rained-out race. But that's going to cement their position in third. Oh, not in third, in third from last. Which is a marked improvement over last year, if anyone was following last year. What's the weight of this? It's only 1 pound? It seems like a lot for 1 pound. I mean, spinach, it's leaves, it's always going to be a lot, but even with it, me having done spinach before, knowing that it's, you know, nothing but leaves, seems like a lot. I'm probably taking like half the weight out by taking the stems off of this too. think I'm approaching halfway done here. What's that, X-Spy? Am I being that picky about which ones go in the dish? No, I'm going through and trying to remove stems as much as possible. If there's any of them that are disgusting, I'm getting rid of them. Like, things like that. Actually, that's sort of just... This one isn't one of them, but this is sort of trademark of... You should just leave something like this alone and just toss it, because it looks like something's been eaten on this, and the leaf is folded. Like 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up with something on the other side of that. Just toss it. But no, I'm mostly trying to remove stems here. We don't want stems. Which is a little bit unnecessary, but we got a little time to kill here while our potatoes are cooking. And this is going to result into a buttercream spinach. But I have worked for restaurants that are like that. trying to remember. AOC. I staged at AOC. I don't know if AOC is still around. I know the founding chef is well known and still around, but regardless, it was they were very picky about their salad greens. They didn't want me in there anyways. I was a guy. I was not aware that she was such a feminist leader. Not that I have, not to state an opinion, but I, as a guy, was not welcome in that kitchen, if you get what I mean. So I staged there for a couple of days and moved on after that was obvious. Well, Vegas is sort of like, there are some amazing restaurants in Vegas. The vast majority of them are just hotel ran with a fancy name on them. They're just, I mean, it makes no sense for a hotel to have completely separate kitchen with a completely separate staff running it than I mean, you might have some oversight of what's happening there, and I'm sure the front of the house is largely their type of a setup, but when it comes to actual head count, it just doesn't make sense to have people, to have a restaurant that's dead and a full staff dedicated to that restaurant when you could pull a couple guys off and fix the fires going on in the banquet section. They're really all just part of the hotel for the most part. Casino is a decent movie. And somewhat, I mean, they were portraying actual characters. They were portraying actual people. And that's not to say that hotel staffs are all a bunch of slouches either. I'm sure you got a master chef, which I say master chef and people think TV show. They think Iron Chef. They think, when I say master chef, I think CMC, Certified Master Chef, an ACF accreditation. There's a ballpark 60 to 70 of them at any time in the world. And about 1/3 of them were on staff at my college. But, yeah, those type of people, those master chefs, what I think of as real master chefs, they're all running like major casinos or major resorts with multiple outlets and multiple restaurants, and because they can command the probably 6-7 figure salary. I mean, hotel chefs make, depending on where, some of them just make bank, just period. Like, I remember hearing that I didn't work at the Scottsdale Princess, in Phoenix when I lived in Phoenix, but my understanding is the Scottsdale Phoenix had an executive chef and a food and beverage manager that were the same dude and getting both paychecks. Yeah, see, Emerald, I respect Emerald as a great restaurateur. He's built himself up on TV. He's not a master chef. It's entirely, I mean, if you look at the qualifications for doing a master chef, the exam is 6 to 7 days. I've actually got a certificate from helping out with it. It's 6 to 7 days. Every single day is 12 hours plus of actual cooking and testing and being judged. You're being judged by other CMCs, so the top respected chefs in the world. And then many times you don't have a clue what you're... I mean, you'll have a general gist of what the program is for the next day, but like you'll have a complete mystery basket. Or you'll have to research a specific type of cuisine that you're going to have to perfectly put out. And they have to do that research after working for 12 hours. I mean, it's like basically staying up for like 6 or 7 days. Just constant working. Bobby Flay is trash. And Gordon Ramsay is not one either. He is another great restaurateur. He is a Michelin chef of all sorts. But a master chef, it's a different thing. Like like Bocuse d'Or. If you've seen the Bocuse d'Or displays, like these people are putting out like one of the days is charcuterie, and you're being judged by literally like the best names that I know in the world in terms of charcuterie, and you're putting out a display header larger than my cutting board. You're doing something like this, and it's, you know, it's being traveled, it's being examined. I think Bobby Flay, and I think Squirt Bottles. Still finding stems. And Guy Fieri, I don't even consider a restaurateur in the first place. I mean, yeah. Like I said, look at the New York Times article on his Times Square restaurant. Yeah, he gets a lot of good press around here every year whenever we have a fire around here, because he's got a... I'm relatively certain that he's just set this up as sort of like his charitable contributions for the year. He has a semi-truck that's been turned into a professional kitchen here in Sonoma County. I don't know if he keeps it in Sonoma County. He lives here in Sonoma County. He probably keeps it here. But every single time there's a forest fire in the area, there's Guy Fieri feeding the firefighters and the newspaper writing about it. I have not had good responses from people when it comes to them talking about Guy Fieri with, you know... Yeah, I'm just going to shut up, because I'm just going to sit here and shit talk him. Those are puffing up nicely. Yeah, it's a number of things got me going with Guy Fieri. I went to one of his restaurants a long time ago. One of his before he divested from Johnny Garlic's, which was his original restaurant chain here in Northern California. Garlic fries. It's his claim to fame. Walk in the door, you got a TV that's playing his shows without the audio, which to me means they don't have the rights to play the audio, but they're still sitting there trying to sell it. A display full of his knives that looked like they had cheap plastic handles on them. And then his entire bar for the restaurant, all of the alcohol was lined up directly in sunlight right against the window wall. So, like, I mean, he probably ruined all that alcohol in my mind. Let's see how we do here with our battle. Victory. Yay, Crab Trap. Calling it ahead of time. Xpie getting those kills and Entropy helping out with the assists. Who's going to get the 200 gold, though? The Navocado. Congrats on that. And let's see. Can't do Centurion, can't do Monk. Let's do Barbarian. Back in 30 minutes. Let's see what we got here. I know I broke open here. Hey, Maz, thank you. I'm sure you're thinking of hydrating with something else, but I'm not quite ready to pull out that wine. Ooh, that one. Yeah, we're just gonna ditch all of that. Yeah, it took me a while. It knows what you're after when it comes to that. When I was trying to get my first 10 over, or first 5 over 10, it clamped down as I got closer to getting the last ones and stopped giving me tokens for the ones that I needed. Nice, Maz. I've said before, garlic powder and garlic have two different flavors. So it's not always best to substitute one for the other. Most dried things, that isn't the case, but when it comes to onions and garlic and the alum family, they create chemicals when damaged or bruised that we like the taste of, but are poisonous / yucky to insects. And so, as their defense, they create these chemicals and so grinding it up super fine or turning it into a granular form, which is even finer than that, and then crystallized, sort of a thing, is going to be different. This is going to give you a almost milder flavor for the amount, but it's a different flavor. So there's already a fair amount of garlic powder in that bechamel back behind me there. And we're just going to add a whole bunch more here to go with our spinach, because I like garlic with spinach. And these two are going with our steak when we're finishing. Sausage and spinach are great combo there. Just about anything. Still got myself. That should be tasty. Let's see how our time's looking. Ooh, that's looking nice and bubbly. We're gonna have to let that sit a little bit longer though. Okay. What else do we need here? We need a little bit of this set aside for our steak. The rest of that's going with our spinach. Steak sauce, steak itself. What else am I missing in this recipe? No, I don't want to zoom on Stream Raiders. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that one. Yeah, I think I'm going to skip that part to it. Potatoes are looking awesome. Steak is ready to go here, basically. We've got our... Let's do our peppercorns. We need to crush some peppercorns. How do I want to go about crushing my peppercorns tonight? Yeah, that one's got a rim to it. The one I want to use is in the oven. I think we'll use this one though. We'll give this one a shot. I'm going to call that good. Because you want it relatively coarse for this. You want it more coarse than you do for just ground pepper. What you're seeing there is one of my new celebrations for people reaching a new rank in viewing. You can read more about the ranks in the info section on the Discord. They're awarded based off of time viewing. So congrats. We got that set. We need brandy out, we need chives cut. Brandy. And we want to have cup the heavy cream ready. I think we're pretty much ready to roll here, folks. I just gotta wait on things. Like our potatoes. I think our potatoes are probably ready to come out of that oven, or are relatively close. I gave them a look a couple minutes ago and said they could use a couple more minutes. They are looking damn pretty though. Let's see what the bake time is on our bread here before we try and pull that out. Curious if I'm gonna have to try and hot hold these potatoes, or cast iron will probably hold them hot for quite a while, but I don't know how long we're supposed to cook these. Oh, not too long. Okay. Let's show you our gratin, or our potatoes dauphinoise. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those look like a winner. What do you folks think? I think those are pretty damn tasty looking. Maybe you overdid it a little bit with the liquid there. Not too much, but on the edge. It's always a little bit of a guessing game with how much water you got with the potatoes, too. But now that we got that there, we can increase our oven temp. Get that up to 400. And we can deal with our rolls. So we got our 4 dinner rolls. First time trying this cute little recipe. This is working out pretty well so far. I mean, I wish I had like maybe a half-inch wider container here. These are sort of cute how they're popping out though. We're going to give these a good egg coating. Good egg wash. Make sure they get all nice, lots of nice color. And then these are going in the oven just like that. I'm going to put a pan underneath them now, just to make sure that we don't get any egg runoff. I don't know if I need a whole pan. There we go. We'll throw that in our oven. Those are going to take 14 minutes. Which means it's time to get going on our spinach and on our steak. Heat going here. I need to move the potatoes because I keep getting tempted to grab that handle. And need a pan for spinach. Let's use this for the spinach. It's not a great saute pan, but it'll do the job. In fact, I need to move those potatoes just completely off of them. So we're heating our pan for our steak, but our steak ain't ready yet. Need to dry it off so that we don't add all this moisture to the pan that we've been using to break down the meat a little bit ahead of time here. We'll use my tongs now though. I should probably update that ticker to say that my streams from 2021 are there too. Want all that moisture up off of that steak. Starting to smoke over there, as you can see. Okay, we're going to hit this with a layer of salt, but we're going to go a bit light compared to usual with me. So we have our first side of our steak seasoned there. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop the music. We need some oil in that smoking pan. Now is not when you put a cheap oil, low heat oil in that pan. Now is when you want that high heat sunflower oil that I'm using today. 500 plus degree smoke point. So you can see that actually cooled down how much smoke we're getting there. So we got oil going over here, or heat going on this over here now too. Except we're going to do olive oil on this side. You can see the color difference, how much greener the olive oil is to that sunflower. Next, I sort of want this oil on the sides of the pan a little bit too, because that spinach is going to touch the sides of this pan. See how we're looking here. Yeah, we're ready to turn that pan. I'm actually going to blot off this blood or juices that have forced their way through. Because we haven't seared this side yet, that's not going to give us a better sear. Might be plenty tasty. In with our garlic and onion for our spinach. That's looking okay to me. This is not needed. We need to sweat those until they're usable. You got a little ways to go with you. How thick are my rings? Maybe. Maybe. Chives. Forgot about chives. Still a bit warm. Battle is ready. Chives. Battle. To battle. Off with the toad heads. Victory. What'd you guys do? Looks like I did everything here. What's up with this, folks? Who's gonna get all this lovely gold? I did all the work for you. Congrats, Crabtrap and Gaia. Oops. There's our dinner rolls. I need to pull this steak off to rest. There's our steak. Turn the heat off over there, because I really need to be attending to that, and I can't at the moment. Heat's off there, and it's going to remain off around this bottle. And I put that into a jigger very carefully to make sure that I did not go straight from the bottle to the pan. Don't need any Molotov cocktails here tonight. That it's going to be a little brandy, a little apple brandy to loosen up all that good stuff on the bottom of the pan here. We're going to add our peppercorns, the majority of them. Not all of them. Need some of them for garnish, but most of them. Heat back on low. And heavy cream. There's our steak au poivre sauce. Really liking the way these are looking. These came out beautiful. Need to finish our spinach though here. Majorly overcooking some of it and undercooking some of it. Okay. But now that we got this, about 90% the way there, we'll start adding our bechamel in there. And this is sort of a see how much we really need to do this game. Heat off over here on the spinach now. Just using residual heat. Turning the heat off on our steak over there. And we're going to finish that with more Parmesan. There you go, cream spinach. Cutesy little pull apart 4-piece rolls. Get a photo of that. Yeah, they're a little chef hat. If you're looking at them from the side. I wish I could do a good shot of that from the side. There we go. Anyway, there's that. There is this loveliness, which I need a photo of. And steak and final plating here. How do I want to plate things? This is how I want to plate things. I want a giant circle of potatoes. Okay, I'll take the second largest. And a plate. We're going to plunge this into the potatoes and try to get a clean circular cut on part of this. Hell yeah. I need something else to put this scrap in though. I stopped the music, didn't I? I didn't mean to do that. I actually don't know if that's going to do well enough for this. I think we need this one. going at this from the wrong angle. I need more clearance. So if you're not catching, this is like sliceable for the most part. Like the stuff that's around that circle. Not a perfect circle there. We're going to cover up the sides for the most part anyways. Now we get into the game of where I'm putting things. Now it's time to cut up our steak, see what we got here. This is going to be pretty raw near the bone, but that is to be expected. Gets a little less cook time against that bone. That bone's a bit of a heat sink. There we go. Nice medium rare. I think I can live with that. That is not how I want. I guess I gotta go with like half pieces of steak here. Doing a little primping and prodding more than I normally would, but I'm trying to make a nice plate tonight. And then the good salt. There we have it, folks. Lovely set of dinner rolls, steak, creamed spinach, and potato gratin. Very happy with how this turned out. Very, very happy. This could have been all bloody. This could have been... turned out nice. So let's open this wine. I'm going to steal a piece of meat and see what this is like first up. I don't care if that's a cheap cut of meat. That's fucking amazing. Okay, photos. Taking photos of everything. Let's open this wine. Let's see what we got for wine tonight. Is the music stopped or is it over? Did I run through my entire playlist tonight? I did. That's odd. The math doesn't line up. Been streaming 3.5 hours, and I went through 4.5 hours of music. Started at the top. This is Klein. I actually visited their Sonoma vineyard recently. Enjoyed that, but it certainly wasn't... Zinfandel definitely wasn't their thing there. Here in Sonoma, they're definitely focusing on other grapes. Then again, Zinfandel in Sonoma, you get a couple of good Zinfandels here, but you generally need a little bit more heat. You can get some good ones up north, but I'm finding more and more the more I try Zinfandels, the ones out of the Central County, or Central State, those are the ones. It's brighter than I expected. This is almost small, a little acidic to me. You got some bright fruit in there, which is not... Let's give this a stir. There's obviously a layer of something going on here. Oh wow, and that just opened up all sorts of pepper. Got an initial good bite to it. You know you're drinking something. I'm worried the sauce here might be messing with my flavors here, but I'm cool with that. That's a good time of a drink. Let's do one more photo here for the fun. Nope, we need you over here. Awesome. Now this is definitely going to change with that steak. Wow. I almost wish I'd opened this a little bit earlier. I think this is going to open up. It needs more air. Oh, I wrote this as a 2018. This is a 2019. Zinfandel, this is brand new. In other words, this needs to age a little while. You can actually also see that from... You can sort of see my hand through that. But... It could use a little more clearing. Age by... I mean, it could sit a little while. Wines clear up as they get older. They age, they lose their sediment. I'm trying to fight the hiccups while saying this. And that's part of... I mean, besides the oxidation, which is the major thing that causes your aging... sediment falling out of solution is also part of that game. Much more minor part. Let's see who's online tonight. We're gonna stay on here for this last Stream Raiders. We've got another 3 minutes to get units on the battlefield for that. We might have another night like Friday. We just might call it quits tonight. Not seeing a ton of people online tonight in the streaming world. One last pump of the Discord. It's looking like we're going to be cooking with strawberry jam here on Wednesday. No real plans as of yet. We'll have to come up with something. But that should be interesting, using strawberry jam as a savory component. The sweet part, actually, I'm sort of curious what I'm going to do with that too, because I don't want to do peanut butter these days. My gut doesn't like peanut butter. I'm willing to... I think someone put peanut butter as an ingredient list. I'm more than willing to accept that as a challenge, but I'm not doing a ton of peanut butter these days, and so not sure what I'm going to do with jelly. It is sort of a... I don't know if I can really swing the expenses for that, seeing we're end of the month here, but I might be able to do, oh, that's a lot of work, though. I'm not gonna go through all that myself, either. I wish I could buy, like, a quarter lobe. But yeah, I'm not gonna do a whole lobe of foie gras on Wednesday. Strawberry jam and foie gras, pretty good combo. But yeah, there's no way I'm going through a lobe of foie gras, and I don't think I can order it in a smaller amount. But that would be fun. I'll have to come up with something, though, here. I know everyone wants to see this, too, though. So let's do the pull apart on our rolls here. Show everyone what we got here as far as our bread rolls. Nice, soft. Nice. So you got some bubblage in there. We got a bit of a crumb there. Nice and soft. Gonna soak up all these juices nicely. Yeah. I can do that. To battle. Oh wow, we got like 2 parties going here. Which one do I buff? I think we got more over here. That was quick. Victory. Awesome. Ooh, we get 3 winners this time. X-Pie helping out with the kills, Navocado helping out with the assists. Who's gonna get all these bomber scrolls? X-Pie, Gaia, and Navocado. Thank you, thank you. And congrats to all. Ooh, I get some goodies too here. And we will continue on with this one and the kitty boss. You gotta go for the cat boss on Wednesday. So, if you want to beat the cat boss, you gotta be here on Wednesday. One last time, we have the Discord vote going until tomorrow. We'll start off with a new one from the ingredient suggestions. Can always use more votes in our ingredient suggestions channel. Can always use more suggestions in our ingredient channel. Suggestions channel. So feel free to add your own. Maybe we'll feature yours on a Wednesday. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I had a lot of fun making this gorgeous plate of food. And I hope to see you back here on Wednesday. Thank you. Good night.